What's up, Heat Nation? Ernest here, back with a Miami Heat Talk video. You guys, don't worry. Have no fear. Ernest is here. I am here to save the day this Saturday. Why do you ask that? Because something that was reported yesterday that is freaking everyone out. But before we get there, you guys, please take a moment, smash that like button, help your boy with this YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed yet, you guys, take a moment, click that subscribe button. It just takes a few seconds. Share on your social media platforms, help your boy grow this channel. But you guys, off we go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, yesterday, there was a report by Shams, one of the most credible NBA reporters out there, but also another report by Chris Haynes that stated, and I'm sure you saw it in the title, the NBA sent out a memo to all 30 NBA teams about Damian Lillard's specific trade request to the Miami Heat. This memo basically says that if Damian Lillard or his agent Aaron Goodwin come out and speak about any other public request specifically going to the Miami Heat, there will be disciplinary actions going to Damian Lillard. And it was just reported by Barry Jackson that the disciplinary action will be a fine of $150,000. So anytime that Damian Lillard or his agent Aaron Goodwin come out and talk about this request to the Miami Heat, Damian Lillard will be disciplined. A report also came out with the full memo. I'm going to paraphrase this, you guys. I don't want to read the whole thing. It's pretty long. But there's like three main paragraphs. The first part is talking about how Damian Lillard and his agent have requested that Damian wants to go only to the Heat. How Aaron Goodwin has contacted several teams, advising against them trading for Damian Lillard, which we all talked about before. The next part states that the NBA met with Aaron Goodwin and Damian Lillard to talk about this. And basically, they came out and told the NBA that if Damian Lillard was traded to somewhere else, that he would report to camp. Because in the past, Aaron Goodwin has warned teams, stating that if he gets traded somewhere else besides Miami, he wouldn't show up to camp. But guys, we've talked about this. We know that's not the case. We know that was just a scare tactic for other teams not to trade for Damian Lillard. We know he's not like that. But Aaron Goodwin and Damian Lillard put NBA's mind at ease. And then the final part basically states that if Aaron Goodwin or Damian Lillard come out speaking about any other requests of the Miami Heat, there will be a fine given. Now, you know they're still going to leak stuff to Chris Haynes. It's not going to come out from Goodwin anymore. But what does this all tell me? What does this all tell us? Because I wanted to take a moment before I posted this video. I wanted to see what everyone else was saying. I wanted to see what fans were saying. And you have no idea. If you see my comments, you guys, after this was put, people were throwing some whoppers out there. What does this tell us? Nothing. This is nothing. I don't understand how everyone's freaking out about this. I don't understand why some Portland fans or some Miami Heat haters out there are loving this, saying things and telling me like my videos aged well, or or that we're crying, or that we're screwed. There's nothing in this memo. There's nothing in this memo at all that states that Damian Lillard has canceled his request to the Miami Heat, or that he's added any other teams to his request. The only thing this states is the NBA is saying, stop it. Stop it. Please. Please stop saying this. Because it's getting out of hand. And if you want me to be honest, you guys, this isn't about Damian Lillard only. He's just the guy that's going through it now. What this memo mainly tells me is the NBA is trying to get control of this trade request thing. We've seen it happen, over the last 5 to 6 years. A lot of these players are getting these max contracts, super max contracts, and then they're requesting trades to get out of their team. Every time the NBA creates a new CBA, it's just an opportunity for general managers and team presidents to find loopholes in these contracts to make it work for them. Let's break down the last one. In the last CBA, there was a supermax contract that was able to give into players. This is because back in 2010, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade all took less money to jump on the same team. Because back then, teams, I believe, could offer maybe like 20, maybe $30 million more than any other team, but it wasn't an insane amount. So players you were seeing were taking less money to come to a contender. And it wasn't just them. It was guys like Shane Battier, Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis, Michael Beasley. It was a lot of guys doing that for the Miami Heat because they wanted to win a championship. So about 5 to 6 years ago, the NBA created a new Supermax contract. This was teams that were able to re-sign their own players for whopper numbers. So that way, it would incentivize a player staying with his team. So the NBA thought, fine, if you want to leave your team and go somewhere else, you're just not going to make as much money. And players, they not only want to win, but they want to get wealthy playing. Because in the NBA, you have a limited amount of time. Some players, you see guys like LeBron playing for 20 years, but that's not everybody. The NBA's average life shelf, it's usually anywhere from like 5 to 7, 8 years, 10 if you're lucky. So you got to save all that money you make because once you retire, game over. There's a lot of other avenues that you can do, but game over basically. So this is an opportunity for players to make a lot more money and stay with the franchise that either drafted them or kept them for many years. But what are NBA players doing now? What are guys like Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant figuring out? What are their agents doing? They're telling the players, let's do a win-win situation. Let's kill two birds with one stone. Sign the Supermax contract with the team that you're in. Get that money. And then when you're there and you get the money, if you're not happy, request a trade. So this way, you can make that big-time money, but then you can go wherever you want. So what this basically tells me, you guys, is that NBA is just trying to get control over that. I can respect that because I've even said it as well. Some of this is getting out of hand, but it's just the way it is. And with this new CBA that's happened with these first and second aprons, that's another reason why the NBA is trying to get control over this. So yeah, look, Heat fans, we can say, oh, the NBA is hating on the Miami Heat for this. The NBA does not want to see Damian Lillard go to the Heat. I don't think it's all that. I just think it's more of the NBA thinking, yo, we need to get control over this. This is getting out of hand. But you guys let me know what you think because we've seen a lot of times that the NBA don't really favor the Miami Heat. But like I said, I'm not trying to be, I know I'm a Heat fan, but I'm not trying to be biased. I'm trying to look at it from both perspectives. But you'll have people on my comments that are saying I'm super biased. So you know the old saying, you can't please everyone. And this goes to the next thing I want to talk about. Oh Lord, because if you take a moment and check my last video's comments, especially after this thing that came out, it's just a lot of people saying, oh, like laughing at us, thinking this trade won't happen. And honestly, it's just a lot of small dick energy out there. That's what this basically tells me, y'all. It's a lot of small dick energy out there. People are getting so happy about this when this honestly means nothing. This, guys, it's like I said, it's not like Damian Lillard has told the NBA, okay, I'll take back my request, I'll stay with Portland. That didn't happen. He hasn't thrown any other teams in his wish list. That hasn't been reported. This is the only thing that's come out. Why is this so important for the NBA? Because it's the end of July. If we know anything about the NBA, you guys, the downtime for the NBA is the end of July, August, and September. When NBA gets revved back up around media day with training camp. That's when everything goes about the NBA again. But NBA wants to be year round. They want to be a type of league that you're always talking about them because they're competing against the NFL. The NFL is going to get hot starting next month because you got fantasy football. You got a lot of these things going on as far as team preparations, training camp. So the NBA still wants to be relevant. This makes the NBA relevant. But all this is a bunch of bull. That's really what it is. So, I'm just going to be honest, you guys, and I'm laughing because some of the things that are being said, not just in my channel, but if you check on Twitter, if you watch Tobin, 5 Reasons Sports, some of the things that are being said are hilarious. It makes me laugh because at the end of the day, none of this means anything. The moment that Damian Lillard comes out and says, I'm going to add some more team to my wish list, or remember what Kevin Durant did. He requested a trade, but then he pulled out of that trade. You know, once something like that happens, then we'll talk about it. But if you want me to be honest, you guys, this only bodes well for the Miami Heat. And I know, here comes the haters. That's not true. Portland has all the leverage. No. Because you want to know why the NBA probably did this? Because Joe Cronin's bitch ass was probably complaining so much to the NBA, calling Adam Silver, annoying Adam Silver with that small dick energy, complaining. He only wants one team, and we don't want to take that. We want something better. All that crying, all that complaining. So the NBA is like, you know what? We got to do something. Shut up. It's like that parent, you know, when you got two kids, one, and you got that whining kid that just doesn't stop complaining. You just tell both of them, shut the hell up. Shut up. Just shut up. I want quiet as a parent. That's what the NBA is doing right now. This is basically a shut up. Just shut up. Figure it out. That's all this tells me. But if you want me to be honest about one thing, this might bode bad for the Portland Trail Blazers, because all this is going to piss off Damian Lillard. I'm sure it probably already has, because Portland has complained to the NBA so much about this trade request thing to the point that they need to do something like this, and all that's going to do with Damian Lillard is like, really? It's kind of like, I'll give you a hypothetical. It's kind of like when you're in a relationship with someone for so long. You finally get out of that relationship. There's a new person that you have a lot of interest with. And you're talking and you're vibing and you're thinking, man, this is going to go really well. But then your ex finds this new person on social media and just starts sending them DMs, bashing you, bad-mouthing you. That's what this is kind of like to me. This is kind of the hypothetical for me. So Joe Cronin, the Portland ownership, this is just bad on them, if you want me to be honest. Because all this complaining, all this backlash, because all Damian Lillard wants to do is be traded to the Heat. He hasn't bashed Portland. He hasn't said anything bad. He's talked about his love for the organization. He's talked about how hard he's tried. But just now he wants to win. This isn't bad for the Heat. Honestly, I don't see this in any way negative to the Miami Heat. But hey, you know people are going to start bashing. You know people are going to start talking crap. They're going to start saying, oh, this is the reason why. Explain it to me. I really want to know how this is bad for the Heat. And Heat fans, thank you guys so much for the love and support. I've been seeing all these comments. A lot of you are the real MVPs. Not just you guys. I even have Portland fans on here that are very, very respectful. They give analysis from both sides. That's what I like to hear. If you can give me a positive perspective, not just from your side, but from the other side, let's be adults about this. We're not children. We're grown adults. Let's talk about this in an open forum, because I'm really curious. If this works negatively for the Miami Heat with this trade, how? Damian Lillard never opted out of the trade, never said he didn't want to be traded anymore. He never told the NBA there were more teams involved. The only thing that his camp said was if he was traded somewhere else, he would report the camp, which we all knew he would do. So I don't get it. What's the big deal? I mean, if I'm not seeing it, please tell me. But thank you guys so much for taking the moment. I'm sorry for the laughing. Look, I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. This the small dick energy comment, if it offended you, grow up. Because I just don't get how this is a big deal. When I read it, when I saw it yesterday, I laughed. And then I started seeing a bunch of people talking about it on YouTube, and I'm like, really? We're talking about this? So that's why I wanted to talk about it. It's not a big deal to me. If it is for you, explain why. Please, guys, again, take a moment to smash that like button. Comment your thoughts. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this channel. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. Let's go Heat.